Broadcasting live from Dar es Salaam, this is TBC News, our top stories. Second African female president set to be sworn in, Samia to grace the occasion. Tanzania to produce medical oxygen, TBS issue directives. Good evening, I am Teddy Paranyanga. You can also follow us live via YouTube channel TBC Online, and also get all the latest news through our Instagram, Facebook and X pages at TBC Online. The President of Tanzania, Samia Suluhu Hassan, is expected to attend the inauguration ceremony of Namibia's President-elect, Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, tomorrow. President Samia, who has been invited as the official guest of honor, is also expected to deliver a speech during the inauguration ceremony, which will be held in conjunction with the 35th anniversary of Namibia's independence. Tanzania and Namibia share historical ties which were established by the fathers of both nations, Julius Nyerere and Sam Nujoma, during the liberation movement struggles. In addition, President Samia will have an opportunity to meet and hold talks with her counterpart, focusing on strengthening the relations. For the first time, Namibia will have a female president, bringing the number of female presidents in Africa to 2, including President Samia Suluhu Hassan. And on to the next story. Prime Minister Kassim Majaliwa has instructed Tanzania Bureau of Statistics, TBS, to ensure that the production of all products, including health products, meet the required quality standards and are capable to compete in the international markets. Here are more details.
He issued the directive earlier today after laying a foundation stone for the construction of plants of oxygen production for hospital use, where he has directed the production should have quality standards that are internationally accepted. The plants are being built at the toll gas offices Temeke, Dar es Salaam, and upon completion is expected to produce 4.1 million litres of medical oxygen per year starting in 2026.
The standards control institutions should ensure that all products related to health issues meet the standards for the interest of our people who receive treatment, and that the market is not filled with products that are of poor quality. We want to see our market filled with quality and safe products that are internationally accepted. This will assure Tanzanians that the treatment they receive are safe for them. MSD should prioritize in purchasing medical equipment that is locally produced and prioritize purchasing toll gas so that it can increase gas production capacity in the country with the aim of meeting the country's demands.
On the other hand, the Deputy Minister of Health, Dr. Godfrey Mollel, says the project is critical and will help to strengthen the health services in the country, as well as reduce the number of deaths due to oxygen-related medical issues.
48% of child deaths are attributed to the area of premature death, which means this project is very important. More death will be prevented because patients will get services, and we will continue to reduce maternal and infant death, which is an area where deaths have decreased slightly.
Earlier, the Managing Director of Toll Gases, Daniel Warungu, praised the sixth phase government led by President Samia Suluhu Hassan for its commitment to improving health services to Tanzania.
Kampuni ya Toll Gases inajivunia kushirikiana na serikali.
Toll is proud to collaborate with the government in improving various projects in healthcare, especially in the improvement and distribution of oxygen gases for medical purposes, including the 9.8 billion shillings project that involved the installation of gas systems in 129 hospitals carried out last year by the sixth phase government.
The University of Dar es Salaam Computing Center says following growing threat of cyber attacks and need to safeguard sensitive data, systems and operations, there is a high need for the country to train professionals so as to serve as catalysts in equipping the nation with knowledgeable individuals in the field of cybersecurity. Speaking to TBC News cybersecurity expert, Yusuf Kileo has emphasized that cybersecurity is vital for a nation's security, economic stability, and public safety, hence the need for continued trainings and knowledge sharing amongst experts. Cybersecurity experts attending the training explain how cyber threats are increasingly becoming sophisticated due to advancements in technologies such as artificial intelligence and machine learning, calling for a continuous process that demands constant vigilance and adaptation to emerging threats.
Specifically, we do trainings in all areas regarding the information technology. So as we know that the pace of technology that we have heard or we have been seeing that emerging in Tanzania and globally, the kind of cryptocurrency, the issues of artificial intelligence and the other bitcoins and so forth. So the same as the way the pace the technology is moving so fast, so as we can see even the challenges in cybersecurity is also proportional to how the technology has been adopted in a very high speed.
The plan is to provide training to individuals in order to be aware of how should they be protecting their devices, their systems, their accounts, Instagram, social media, whatever. So they need to be aware of how can they protect themselves in order to be safe digitally.
We are now even much more made aware of what is to really be done to ensure that the usage of cyber and all its accompanying are really protecting the consumers. And thus we know for sure the users are going to be made aware. Of course, this is an ongoing exercise. It won't end today because everything is advancing.
The ambassador of Uganda to Tanzania, Colonel Fred Mwesige, says Tanzania and Uganda have numerous platforms to deepen the social, economic and political ties that date back to the struggle for independence period in the 1960s, where the Tanzania's founding father, Mwalimu Julius Nyerere, played a crucial role in supporting Uganda's fight for independence and freedom. In an exclusive interview with my colleague Caroline Maleo, Ambassador Mwesige further explains how the strong ties between the two nations have fostered trade and infrastructure development, particularly through the establishment of Tanzania Ports Authority branch in Uganda.
For the last 2-3 years, trade volumes have actually increased between the two, Uganda and Tanzania. And the projects that we are working on currently, we are working on water, clean water River Kagera, at Shungezi. We are working on the ports. I want to thank Tanzania. They have improved the ports of Dar es Salaam and Mwanza, and they are constructing SGR from Dar es Salaam to Mwanza. And Tanzania has constructed a very big ship that takes over 1,000 people and 40 tons of cargo and 40 trucks. So all these are aimed at improving the trade between Tanzania and Uganda.
Can you give us a glimpse of history of relations between Uganda and Tanzania?
At independence, you remember Mwalimu Nyerere wanted a united or integrated East Africa. He wanted to delay the independence of Tanzania, of Tanganyika, so that East Africa gets one independence as one country. And after independence, you remember we had a dictator called Idi Amin. He took over government in 1971 through a military coup from the president at that time, Milton Obote. All the refugees who were living in Tanzania, including our president, including myself,
Tanzania and other African countries plan to open up more trade opportunities through the Central African Economic Corridor. Delegates from more than 5 African countries, including Tanzania, Malawi, Uganda, Zambia, and Rwanda, have discussed how to achieve the plan, insisting that upon completion, it will benefit all the countries economically, especially through the transport sector.
Transformation to a green economic development corridor occupied much of our time and minds, and I will say, as a participant, it was a rewarding and enriching experience where we had very good participation from all concerned, many ideas, and through that process, a much improved.
The Vice President of the World Bank for Eastern and Southern Africa region, Dr. Victoria Kwakwa, praises Tanzania government for the management of funds provided by the World Bank in the education sector. Dr. Victoria made a remark in Dar es Salaam during her visit to DRA, Dar es Salaam Institute of Technology, DIT, to inspect development of the infrastructures and technological equipment supported by the World Bank.
We, as a development institution, we also take pride in countries achieving the objectives of the financing we provide, because it shows that we're also being able to contribute. We're also being able to contribute to development in Tanzania. But I want to say again, Minister, that it is really Tanzania's success. And we're associated with your success. You have driven it, you have led it, we've brought ideas, we've brought knowledge, we've brought some financing. At the end of the day, it's you. And thank you so much for allowing us to be part of this success.
On the other hand, the Minister of Education, Science and Technology, Professor Adolf Mkenda, says that by reaching 2027, Tanzania will be able to meet all 17 Sustainable Development Goals by creating an enabling environment for young people to access proper education.
27, we will have to ensure that every child in Tanzania, after finishing primary education, will continue to secondary education. That will be meeting the Sustainable Development Goal that we sign ourselves, but also in line with the new education policy, which means more investments in infrastructure. The government is investing in education, teachers.
Before we wind up our local news tonight, let us now have a look at today's exchange rates according to the Bank of Tanzania, BOT. Do not miss TBC News every weekday to know all the latest in exchange rates. Time now for all the latest in international news. Here is Nyambona Masamba with international news.
International news starts in Africa. The leader of M23 rebels in East Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, says the call by Kinshasa and Kigali for an immediate ceasefire doesn't concern the group. Colonel Nanga's comment comes as his forces push deeper into the Congolese territory, capturing the mineral-rich city of Kalikali, and the farthest rebels have reached since January. They have also seized the major cities of Goma and Bukavu. President of DRC and Rwanda met in Doha on Tuesday to hold direct talks for the first time since M23 advancement. They called for an immediate and unconditional ceasefire. To Sudan. South Sudan forces have carried out airstrikes in the Upper Nile state since Monday. The government says it is targeting a youth militia that considers as a terrorist group after it attacked the town of Nasir. The series of arrests targeting allied to vice president has led violence in several places, including Western Equatorial State. 7 years after a peace deal ended devastating civil war, political turmoil, and violence are rising. Power-sharing agreement has fueled competition for political positions. Hundreds of people have been killed. The violence escalated. President Salva Kiir said he is committed to peace. In recent months, his government detained and dismissed dozens of allied of civil war rival Vice President Riek Machar. To the Middle East, there have been more destruction in Yemen from U.S. airstrikes. The attacks hit the point of the capital Sana'a, as well as part of the city of Saada in the north, targeting with U.S. describing as Houthi cities and Houthi infrastructure. President Donald Trump ordered a wave of attacks on Houthi target last week in response to strike on ships in Red Sea. To Asia, China's new tariffs on some Canadian agriculture and food products have come to effect. Nearly in its response to levies imposed on Chinese electric vehicles, steel and aluminium export last year. The new taxes are between 25 and 100%, target pork and seafood. From Asia to Europe, Turkish authorities have seized the construction company, partly owned by Istanbul Mayor Ekrem İmamoğlu. It is the latest move in corruption investigation, so the opposition figure detained on Wednesday. Thousands of people took on streets to protest against his detention. He's likely to be named the opposition's candidate to run in 2028 presidential elections. And armed criminals in Haiti have expanded their control of areas of the capital Port-au-Prince. They already control about 85% of the city, and they have been targeting peaceful neighborhood. People have been protesting to demand protection against gang-related crimes. Police responded by firing tear gas after they attempted to reach the Prime Minister's office.
That was international news. And now, before we conclude the news bulletin for tonight, let us take a look at today's weather forecast for the next 24 hours.
Yeah, viewers, good evening. I'm Desderi Moses from Tanzania Meteorological Authority, and this is 24 hours weather forecast is starting from 9 p.m. tonight. From the windy patterns analysis, light windy is expected over the entire water borders, and the state of the sea is expected to be slighty. Rainfall models are showing persistence of rainfall signals over different parts of our country. And tonight, dear viewers, particularly condition thunder showers over a few areas is expected over Lake Victoria Basin and western part of our country. Over the central part of our country, northeastern Highland region and the entire coastal regions of the Indian Ocean are expected to feature particular condition and rain showers over a few areas. And the remaining part of our country is expected to be mainly dry. Tomorrow, it is our expectation that over Lake Victoria Basin region, over the western part of our country, as well as the entire coastal strip of the Indian Ocean, are expected to feature particular condition, thunder showers over a few areas, and sun periods. And the remaining part of our country is expected to feature only rain showers over a few areas and sun period. Now, as we wind up, let us have a look at the weather forecast for the next 4 days for some regions in our country. Dar es Salaam is expected to feature rain showers in the next 4 days. Over Dodoma region, light rain is expected in the next 4 days. Over Mbeya region, thunder showers is expected in the next 4 days, as well as over Mwanza region, thunder showers is expected. Kilimanjaro region, light rain together with rain showers are expected in the next 4 days. Morogoro region, thunder showers is expected in the next 4 days. Over Arusha region, light rain together with rain showers are expected. From Tanzania Meteorological Authority, until next time, good night.
That marks the end of our news bulletin for tonight. Do not miss our next bulletin in Kiswahili at 11 p.m. On behalf of the whole team, I am Teddy Mpainyanga. Have a lovely, lovely night.